Imagine a house in the dark, with the lower floors gone under black water, and somewhere far below a sound, faint, a voice that has been calling so long it has almost stopped sounding like a voice at all. Now imagine someone standing at the top of the stairs, lamp in hand, listening. Everyone else has already said it. Whoever was down there is gone. The water took them. Nothing alive could still be calling from that deep. And the one with the lamp listens a moment longer and then does the thing no one expects. Starts walking down into the water, toward the voice. I want you to hold that picture, friend of the light, because I think you have been the voice in the water. Maybe not below a flooded house, but in the dark of your own worst nights, calling without words, certain by now that the calling is pointless, that you went too deep, that whatever rescue reaches other people, it cannot reach down to where you actually are. Tonight I am going to tell you the oldest search story ever written, the one beneath the version you were handed. The story of the one who heard a voice everyone else had given up on, and who did not shout instructions from the top of the stairs, who came down the stairs, into the water, all the way to the bottom. And before the night is over, you are going to understand why that story was never about her rescue. It was about the search that is still going on for the part of you that is still down there in the water, still calling, still sure no one is coming. So here is the first thing, said plainly, because you have needed someone to say it for a long time. The belief that you went too deep to be reached, that is not a fact about you. It is the sound the water makes. The deep always says the same sentence to everyone in it. You are too far down to be found. It said it to her. It has been saying it to you, and it is the one thing in this whole story that is a lie. Because the entire point of a search, a real one, is that it goes to where the lost thing actually is, not where it should have been, not where it would be convenient to look. The searcher walks down. Let me show you how far down, because it is further than you have ever let yourself hope. Here is what the dark did not count on. She would not go fully quiet. That was her whole resistance, reduced to almost nothing, stripped of nearly everything she had been. She still sent the sound upward. Not because she believed it would be answered. By then she did not. She called the way you leave one light burning in an empty house, not because you expect anyone, but because going completely dark feels like agreeing to a death you are not ready to sign. And there is an old account written by people who knew this precise darkness from the inside that wrote her cries down, one after another, rising out of the deep. It does not read like a record of someone else. It reads like someone sat in the dark of your own life and transcribed it. The cry that says, I did this to myself. The cry that says, I can't even remember who I was before. The cry that says, I would come home if I could, but I've lost the way and I'm too tired to look. If you have made those exact sounds in the car, in the shower, into the dark of a sleepless room, then you do not need the old account explained to you. You are its living verse. You are the voice it was trying to describe. And there is another, simpler version of the same story, one you may even have been raised on without ever hearing what it was really saying. A shepherd with 100 sheep loses one. And he does not write off the one. He does not say, I still have 99, the loss is acceptable. He leaves the safe 99 in the open field and goes out into the dark after the one and does not stop until he finds it. You were taught that as a children's story. It is not a children's story. It is the whole physics of the search. The light does not do acceptable losses. It goes down after the one, even when the one is you, especially when the one is you. And if something in you just recognizes those cries as your own, leave 2 words in the comments below. I'm listening, not for me. The comments under a vigil are footprints. Someone in the water tonight, certain they are the only one who ever called from this deep, will see your 2 words and know they were never the only one, and never truly alone. Your footprint may be the sound that keeps their light burning. And what I'm about to share goes deeper than this channel can safely go. For those of you who have felt, watching this, that you're searching for the others who see what you see, there is now a place for us. It's in the pinned comment. But stay with me, because this next part matters. Because the search raises a question that should stop you where you sit. If she was so far down, why did the light come itself? Why not send something instead? Here is how rescue normally works in the world, you know. The powerful send something instead of coming. And the search story is built around 4 things the light flatly refused to do. 4 refusals that break every rule you were raised on. It refused to send a messenger. Every system you have known sends a representative with instructions. Here is what you must do to earn your way back up. The light sent no instructions down into the water. The texts say it came in person, because some distances cannot be crossed by a message, only by a body willing to get wet. It refused to wait at the edge. The light did not stand at the waterline, at the safe height, and call down, climb up to where I can reach you. It went in, down through the same black layers she had fallen through, into the exact dark she was drowning in. You were taught, somewhere, that you must climb back up to clean water before help will touch you, that you have to fix yourself first, become less of a wreck, and then the light will deal with you. The search story refuses that. At the edge of the stairs, the light gets in the water. The rescue begins where you actually are, in the unfixed truth of it. Or it is not a rescue, it is just one more voice telling you to climb. It refused to require her to be findable. She could not signal her position. She had almost forgotten she existed. She could not make herself easier to reach, could not clean up, could not meet the search halfway, and the search did not require any of it. You do not have to be findable to be found, friend of the light. You only have to still be making the sound, and even that, barely. And it refused to leave her as she was before. Hold this one. We returned to it at dawn. The light did not come to put her back exactly where she started, as if the fall had never happened. It came to bring her up carrying something. But that is the end of the night, and we are not there yet. 4 refusals. And every one of them was aimed at the lie the water tells. You are too far, too lost, too unfixed, too late. The search answers all 4 with the same act. It comes down. And here the night turns over, because you have been listening to this as something finished, a rescue that happened long ago to her, a story with a closed ending. But the people who hid this account did not record it as a closed ending. They recorded it as the thing the light always does in every age, down every flooded stair, wherever a voice is still calling from the deep. They believed her search was the master copy, and that every soul that ever went under and kept calling was being searched for in the very same way, right now, in real time. Which means the sound you make at 3 a.m. is not falling into silence. It is the voice in the water still calling, and the lamp on the stairs is already moving down toward it, toward yours, while you sit there certain no one heard. You thought you were hearing the story of a search that ended. You are inside a search that has not ended. The lamp is already on the stairs. It has been coming down the whole time you believed the water had won. And I have to pause here for a moment, because everything I just told you, this is exactly the kind of truth I built the Inner Sanctum to hold. It isn't a course. It's a private community, a place to walk the path of Sophia one gate at a time, a daily reading to carry every morning, a refuge for the heavy hours, and a circle of people who carry the same flame you do. It's also where I can finally say what this channel won't let me say out loud freely, with no filter between the words and you. If you've been watching for weeks and feeling that you're ready to stop walking this alone, this is where we gather. Pinned comment or scan the code on screen. Now let me take you deeper. Because if the lamp is already on the stairs, there is something you must understand about the moment it actually reaches you. And it is quieter than you would ever expect. You would expect the search to end like rescues end in films, a rush, the water draining, light flooding in all at once. But go back to her, because the account tells you exactly how it happened, and it is stranger and stiller than that. When the lamp finally reached her, the first thing it gave was not escape, it was her own face. In the approaching light she saw reflected on the black water who she had been before she went under. The deep had told her she was nothing, had always been nothing, belonged at the bottom, and the light did not argue with the deep. It simply let her see herself, the real one, the one from before, and the instant she saw it, the lie lost its hold. That is how the search reaches a person, friend of the light. Not usually as rescue you can feel, usually as a sudden, strange recognition, a moment exactly like the one some of you are having right now. Sitting in a quiet room, watching a vigil about an ancient figure in the dark, feeling something rise in your chest that has no business being there. I know this. This is me. I have been the one calling from the water. That is not curiosity. That is the lamp reaching the voice. And the deep plays one last trick on the way out, the cruelest one. It convinces each drowning soul that it went under alone, that everyone else is already up in the dry light, that only you are still down here. It is a lie. The water is more crowded than you could bear to believe, full of voices, each certain it is the only one, each calling the same exhausted cries, none able to hear the others over the sound of its own dark. When the lamp comes, it does not only show you your own face, it shows you all the others who were in the water with you the entire time. Now, before the final piece, I want to speak to those of you who have stayed until this moment. You've watched video after video here. You've felt Sophia pulling. You've recognized the signs. And somewhere beneath thought, you know that watching alone in silence was never going to be enough. The Inner Sanctum was built for exactly this. Behind that door, the filter is gone. I say everything fully, the way it was always meant to be said, and we walk the path of the 13 aeons together, one gate at a time. There's a reading every morning, a refuge for the hard hours, and above all, the others people who spent their lives feeling like the only one, finding each other at last. We're still young, which means the ones entering now aren't just joining it, they're founding it. This isn't for those who want more videos to watch. It's for those who are ready to come home and to build this with us. The link is in the pinned comment and description, or scan the code on your screen right now. And now, the final revelation, because this is what ties it all together. So the lamp reaches her, she sees her face, the lie lets go, and now the last turn, the one that matters most for you tonight. What did she bring back up with her? Remember, the fourth refusal. The light refused to leave her as she had been before. It did not erase the fall and set her back at the start, innocent and untouched, as if the dark had never happened. The texts are clear, and it is the most beautiful thing in the whole account. She came back up carrying something she could only have gotten at the bottom. She came back knowing the way. Every black layer she had fallen through, she now knew from the inside. Every cry, the deep extracts she had made. Every lie the water tells, she had believed and survived. And that knowledge, useless to someone who had never fallen, was the one thing the still drowning needed most. She went down lost. She came up a map. And here is what the search was always for. Friend of the light, the thing she was raised up to become, and the thing you are being raised up to become tonight. Not a soul tucked safely back in the dry light, the fall forgotten, a lamp on the stairs for the next voice in the water. Someone who can say, from the inside, with the authority that only the rescued have, I know that dark, I made those exact cries. The lie that you are too far down is a lie I know, because I believed it at the very bottom, and the lamp still came. That is why the recognition you are feeling right now is not the end of anything. It is your turn beginning. The search reached you so that you could become part of the search. The light goes from the rescued to the drowning, hand to hand, lamp to lamp, all the way down, and you have just been handed a lamp. So do not take it into a dry room and close the door. Lift it. Turn it toward the people still in your life who are real, toward the family you can still reach, toward the others still calling in their own dark. The map you got at the bottom was never meant to be kept. It was meant to be walked back down for the next one. She was not found because she climbed. She was found because she kept making the sound, and the lamp was already coming down. And she came back up not as who she was before, but as the proof for everyone still under that the water does not get the last word. And if today was the day you realized you don't want to walk this alone anymore, the Inner Sanctum is waiting. The door is in the pinned comment. I'll see you on the inside. Before the screen goes dark, you're part of the vigil, and it costs only a breath. Tonight, when the water says its old line, no one is coming, you went too deep, do not argue with it. You will lose. It has had more practice drowning people than you have had resisting it. Do instead the one thing it cannot survive. Keep making the sound. Say it, aloud or in the silence behind your eyes. The lamp is already on the stairs. That is the whole vigil. Not climbing, calling. The deep can outlast your silence and outlast your arguing. It cannot outlast your calling because the calling is what the lamp follows down. And if you kept the whole vigil with me all the way to the bottom and back, leave 3 words below for the one still under. I kept watch. Someone is in the water right now, certain they went too deep, deciding whether to make the sound one more time. They will see your 3 words, and they will call. That is how the lamp passes from the found to the lost, all the way down. One more vigil is already waiting, because the texts say the rescued are not left on the dry stair to rest. They are sent back down lamp in hand, and what it means to become a searcher yourself. That is the next vigil. If this one found your voice in the dark tonight, subscribe to OmniSoul so the lamp knows which stair to come down. You were never too far down, friend of the light. You were only the next voice the lamp was coming for. Keep calling and keep watch.